Hey guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today is Vlogmas Day 17. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue. I'm a medical coder. I am doing the theme of my Vlogmas this year as motivation and inspiration. Today's message is all about how to discover your own aha moment. So let's begin. All right. So a few days ago, I talked about on my regular shows, having my aha moment. When did I have my aha moment? And I described it and I talked about all the things that went into having my aha moment. And that aha moment led to a few more aha moments. Aha moments in your professional life are really huge because this really says a lot about what you want to do for your future, what you want to do for your career, and how you are really enjoying what you're doing. The thing about careers is this. You are doing this for 40 hours at least per week if you're doing this full time. And with this in mind, you really want to make sure that you are enjoying every bit of those 40 hours because yes, you're not going to enjoy every single minute of the day. There's going to be things that you don't like to do, but for the most part, you really do need to enjoy your career because you're going to be doing this for however many years until you retire. And you should spend your time doing something that you enjoy. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people that say, well, I just go to work just to get money and then come home and spend time with my family. That's where I get my joy from. Yes, but it doesn't mean that you can't also get joy from what you're doing during the day. The thing about getting joy from what you're doing in your career, and not just where you work, but actually in your profession, because there's a difference. Sometimes people will really enjoy what they do because they like where they work. And then if that same person was to try to go someplace else, they may not enjoy it because they may not have the same type of people around. So with that in mind, there's a difference there. But it goes back to enjoying what you do and how much of yourself are you investing towards, learning more or getting better at your profession, whatever the case may be. When you are thinking in long-term terms in your lifetime, what are you enjoying? Are you having your aha moments? Are you even noticing them? How do we notice them? We notice them by paying attention to our own reactions. How are we motivated? How are we inspired? What is motivating us? What is inspiring us? When I had my aha moment, it was that everything sort of started to click and I started to get it. And then I noticed I would wake up in the morning before work and I would be so excited and I just couldn't wait to get to work so that I could start doing whatever it is that I was going to be doing that day, whether it was coding for one clinic or coding for another clinic. But it was that I couldn't wait to do it. And then when I was into it, I had my headphones in. I was completely zeroed in on my task. And then by the time I knew it, the day was gone. So that was one of those things wow, my time is just flying. Well, time flies when you're having fun, right? Instead of you just looking at the clock and being like, when is lunch? When can I leave? When can I go? You are actually so engrossed in what you're doing that you don't even realize that the time has literally flown by. And I started to have many moments where I would be working and then it was just oh my gosh, I cannot believe that it is already the end of the day. And that was just from literally being engrossed with what I was doing. So that was what led me to my aha moments, and that was how I knew that the passion was developing in what I was doing with my profession. So when you start having those things, you get inspired to do more. Having aha moments is very inspiring, but you have to be paying attention in order to see them. Had I not been paying attention, I would have just said, oh, I had a really good day today. And that was it, not really letting it click or know that it has everything to do with my profession more than it was just where I work. Because Before, back then, I didn't have my access to my providers like I do now, where I'm actually embedded in the clinic, which is even better. And just, doing that and having that experience with them just adds to it. It gives it another facet because it helps me with my communication and how I am really sharing what I know. And not just with other coders, but I am sharing it with my providers as well. And that's where it matters, because when you are helping your providers to grow professionally, you're a part of their success. And then that leads to even more like, wow, I just can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. But again, my videos are not only meant for medical coders. I know I talk in terms of like medical coders, but you can think of this in your own profession, in what you do. But if you really enjoy what you're doing, but perhaps you're like, is this me having an aha moment? It is. When you're thinking, I'm just excited to do this. I want to learn more. I want to get better at what I do. And get better not in that you're trying to compete with somebody else or something like that. I want to get better than that person. It's not about competing. It's about yourself, and it's about making yourself want to know more or want to get better. It's not about competing with anybody, because when you are passionate about something, you don't have to compete. There is no competing. There is no being challenged by others. I know there's people better than me. There's tons of better coders. I know that, but I also know that I know a lot. And so but there's always going to be somebody smarter than you. My whole thing is I have to be the best at what I do. And I'm trying to be the best at what I do every single day. That's why I push myself to read. That's why I read the New England Journal of Medicine. That's why I read the CPT manual and the ICD-10 manual. I mean, that's why I do those things, because I want to get better. And it's attainable. It's totally attainable. And being a really good hitting a really good level in your profession is attainable for all of us. It's not just for, oh, they're hyper educated, or they went to this fancy school. No, it is a lot of work. It's blood, sweat, and tears. That's what it is. When you really enjoy what you're doing, you'll start to see it, because when you don't do it or you're not around it, you will feel that twinge of missing it. I have had vacations occasionally in the past where I was in the middle of my vacation. I'm like, okay, well, this is nice. It's nice to take a break, but I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to get reading again, because I like to read. That's what I do. And medical coding involves a lot of the things that I enjoy, which is reading and talking with people that are highly intelligent, like these surgeons and these doctors, because it's the conversation levels are so much more greater than just your average conversation. This is something completely different. And then when you stop and you think about how you're speaking in these medical terms and things, it's even more fascinating. So there's so much more to your career than you would ever expect. I never expected this kind of reaction to medical coding. I always said, oh yeah, it's a really good job. And it wasn't until I had my aha moment, I was like, no, this is a career. That's not, this is not a job. At least it's not a job for me anymore. It is literally my career. And you know what they say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I've been saying that since I started my channel. And I say that really, truly meaning it, because I don't feel like it's work. Medical coding is not work for me, because it involves everything that I enjoy. And I would do it every day. You know what I mean? Well, I technically do it every day in some form, whether it's with the videos with you guys or or with my Patreon, or even at work. You know what I mean? So It is just a matter of just dividing my time, really. So, but that is my message for today. You can discover your aha moment by paying attention to what is sparking your creativity, what is making you happy, what is giving you joy. And if it's giving you joy, that's your aha moment there. That's when you really start to get it. That's when it really starts to click. And you're like, and now this makes sense. This is why I'm happy. This is why I enjoy what I do. And then why we grow as individuals and human beings. So, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. That is my message for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will have Vlogmas Day 16 airing this Saturday, along with the episode for the day as well, because it will be a double feature again. So good news there. But thanks again for joining me, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.